So today we're going to take a look at what could be xQc's new Valorant team absolutely destroying G2 on Fracture, because yesterday Turtle Troop, a free agent team playing in the NA Challengers League, tweeted this out. Something is coming. Juice box emoji, eyes emoji. A clue perhaps, has been little rumors and whatnot. So yeah, let's take a look at how what it seems to be xQc's new team destroyed G2. And I personally did not have some of the biggest creators in the world buying tier 2 Valorant teams on my bingo card, but here we are. And let's take a look at round number 3 to start off with. So this is the bonus round for Turtle Troop. It's not, a round that like they're supposed to win necessarily, but they are going to manage to do so. And I think a lot of it has to come to do with both sides, right? If a team wins 13-1, it means one team is playing well and the other is not so much. So let's talk about G2. And their defensive side, because we've seen quite a few teams now. Leviathan struggled with it, 100 Thieves struggled with it, now G2 as well. Defense side Fracture without Chamber just looks like some teams just don't know what to do, right? We're starting off here with a heavy retake setup on B, right? You got these kill trips with the camera just here. Your Cypher and Astra are very, very deep. Now, maybe this is a bit nitpicky from me, but personally, when, I see this kind of setup where it's like we're just playing full retake here and hoping to get a kill off one of these trips, normally I like to see, like, just go with a 4 stack, go with a 4-1 setup, leave the Cypher kind of on their own here, right? And, like, really heavily defend the A site, and then just, play for this retake on B with the kill trips. If they come to A, they're not coming in. Because if you don't, this kind of thing can happen where we've basically just got 2 people sitting here, right? This Astra and Cypher, they're just sitting here, they're just chilling out, basically doing nothing until, they actually hear people come onto the site. And what that means is that this A site is still a bit weak, and so you'll see that you've got these 2 here up towards Dish, but what's going to happen is they're going to get stunned, the Neon Stuns are going to come in as well, and so they have to retreat, right? They're sending their own Neon Stuns, and so, basically Turtle Troop pushed them back early on. Right, so these guys got pushed back early on. We got Oxy here on Jet. He's just looking down A main. But now that these 2 have got pushed back, we are, what, 7 seconds into the round? And as this goes on, right, we don't know what's going on down there. We don't know if they're, we got control up to this, but, beyond that line, we don't know. We obviously don't know what's going on here. We don't know what's going on there. That's not a great place to be, a couple seconds into a round, right? And so instantly we end up with this problem where you're going to see, at this point, Turtle Troop can basically go where they want to, right? And they're going to end up with a nice round. And that's basically what kept happening over and over and over again, is the G2, just didn't have any control, right? So we have to smoke off drop because we've got no idea if they're there, right? We don't know. And what's going to happen is actually they are going to come towards Arcade. And you're going to see this round actually plays out pretty well for G2. Their setup on B here works, because as Turtle Troop start to come towards the B site, you're going to see in a second Governor's going to get caught in the trap wire, and he actually dies. So our plan worked. Great plan, and it worked. And we got what we wanted from if they come to B, right? And we get the first kill, and they even get the next kill as well, because the Cypher count tags it. So it's all going, like, perfect. We're in a 5v3. G2 are going to manage to lose this round. I mean, at this point, it all looks, pretty amazing, to be honest. We're in a 5v3. They've got worse guns. We got 3 players here. We got this double flank coming in as well. It all looks good. At this point, it's like, yeah, the plan on B worked. Dapper is going to get caught out here as he's going to spam enough bullets to then reload, and Adder, I guess, hears the reload sound, so he just goes pushing and does manage to find the kill and pick up the weapon. It's still not lost for G2. They should still probably be winning this round, and Oxy even gets the kill here on We Did just there, coming on this flank, so we're in a 4v2. Tig is about to go absolutely crazy with this Bulldog. He's about to go absolutely mental, and G2 struggled with this angle. We're going to show around later on as well, where this angle where Tig is just there is going to, help them lose another one of these situations. We get a nice trade there. We end up in a 1v1. Obviously, he kind of knows where he is, and Tig plays this very well. Has to reload, just sends out a flash, right? And then just is going to wait for the tap here and just play the time really, really nicely. Sneak up, get into a nice little angle as Shaz gets to half, and manages to win that fight as well, and wins a crucial round for Turtle Troop just there, as they manage to convert a 5v3 and then a 4v2. And now let's come to round number 7. And first, again, we have to talk about G2's setup here, and Dapper's position in tower. And I've seen pretty much every team try this, where their Sentinel goes into tower kind of on their own, right? With no one else kind of on the site to help them. Everyone else is kind of past this line. And I hate this setup because it works maybe 1 every 20 times, to be honest, that I've seen it. This person often just dies, right? Without getting a kill, they just die. And the reason for that is because this is a position where you kind of have to stay, right? There is no escape from this position if you have no help, right? You're not going to come and take Arcade. You're not coming and fighting this, right? So they're going to get in onto the site and they can pinch you, right? So you're in a position that can be pinched with no escape, with no help from teammates. Does that sound like a great position to you? No, right? No, it is not a great position. And yeah, Dapper, again, is going to die up here. They do even find a kill as Turtle Troop just go for a very fast B hit, you'll see here, right? So they send in a flash, Neon stun, and then dog in. Up goes the wall, and in we go, right? We're just going straight in. And they do actually find a kill from this trip here as the dog goes kind of underneath it. Governor runs into it. The dog does see Dapper just there, but actually Whippy from spawn manages to get the kill. But now we end up in a spot where, yeah, Dapper, I mean, at this point, right, he can't come out this way because he doesn't know what's going on there, right? This cipher could be further up than this. He doesn't know if this is a split hit or not at this point, probably. So he can't escape that way. He obviously knows there's probably going to be a fight if he turns this corner, but he doesn't know exactly where those players are going to be. So he's just turning into, you know, what could be 3 people here on the site, right? And his teammates can't really help him at all here. And so you see instantly, there's no escape. You're on your own and you're not in a good position almost straight away. If they come to B, you're kind of screwed. And Dapper dies there. We end up in a 4v4. They pop the Sky ult as well. And so we end up in this situation. Now, Adder actually runs all the way up. You just saw him across your screen to go and Cypher ult the dead body there. Oxy, I think that was through the smoke. Don't know if there's a slight gap in the smoke or not, but we see that Weeded is in that same position that Tig kind of won that round before on. Cypher ult pops off, which tells them, you know, where these players are. So the Aftershock of it, obviously having seen that the Neon is down here in B main, goes off to try and stop him coming in too fast there. We get the Astro ult across the site. And again, if you look at this position, you're probably thinking, you know, G2 are in a pretty good spot, right? We got the control here. We got the control in spawn. Like, you know, yeah, we're in a pretty good spot. We got the Astro ult up as well. You know, it all looks pretty good. But again, Turtle Troop, the trades are going to be good. Adder, I don't even think does much in this post one. It's just basically Weeded who finds Penny there. I think Penny maybe got a bit concerned that, you know, someone could have done this on him. So obviously he's like a bit concerned that someone might come back behind him. And so I think as he's turning around, Weeded finds the time to swing on him and gets that kill. And that means that now all the focus can just come one way. You see, you got the Brim Molly here on Whippy as well. So Weeded's able to kill him. Also, Oxy isn't going to quite manage to hit that shot. So Mummy comes back and gets him. And then we get the trade as well for the last kill. And Turtle Troop go up 7-0. Now let's come to round number 10. And you're going to see we run into kind of the same problems for G2 where they just end up with no control. This Cypher Cam here is going to spot this jet just in a second just there, and it's going to get destroyed. Okay, so our Cypher Cam has seen this jet up down here. This actually after G2 have won their 1 round in this game. So we've seen that the jet up is there, right? So having been seen, okay, Oxy goes, okay, I'll reposition, and he wants to come across to the other side of the map on A, and well, we were playing like, you know, a bit of a weaker A, and so now we're getting a bit confused with, you know, our jet is rotating over here, so now our Astra is coming back here, and again, if we pause at this point, right, we're 18 seconds into the round, this dog is about to come here and destroy this cam, and again, we're gonna end up just really not knowing what is gonna go on. As soon as this camera goes down, it's like, again, we got no idea what's going on around the map, right? And so again, these guys have just walked all the way up here. We put a smoke here. We don't know if they're there or not, right? The dog comes here, sees the cam is up. The Sky comes and just destroys that cam just there. And so now at this point in the round, we got no idea. Where are they? Don't know, right? And so we're trying to hold on to A main here, right? And we're about to get a bit unlucky here for Penny that he's going to walk out just as this smoke fades. And so he dies straight away, right? And that is like the perfect time for Turtle Troop to come in. So they're going to then breach ult in onto the site just there. Now Oxy is going to manage to find a kill on Governor just there. But he gets hit by the breach ult and now he is going to get spammed down and pinched in on from the 2 sides of Turtle Troop. And so we end up with the site in this 4v3. And now again, you know, this is just not a good spot to be in, right? Chaz dies there, Whippy comes through smoke, he dies there, and it just looks very, very simple for Turtle Troop overall, and yeah, it was just, this was just a consistent problem, right, where 10, 20 seconds into the round, we just got no idea, you know, what's going on, just no idea whatsoever, and so Dapper, just in this 1v4 here, I mean, really, yeah, he's just going to save after that kill, as he probably should at this point. And it was another round for Turtle Troop. Now let's come to round number 13, and instantly you'll see the difference in Turtle Troop's defensive setup, right? So here we do just have the Cypher, you know, just on our own, and we got 4, and we're defending this A site heavily, right? We got 4 players here, we're going to defend it heavily, and you'll see straight away the difference as G2 go for this pretty fast play here. We send the Sky Flash up there, sees nothing, straight away, we're on our way back, and we're coming to help out our team, right? So in combat G2, and they go, as you can see, pretty fast up through the door here, and they've sent a stun down here from the breach as well. And what that means is that, you know, it pushes Governor back here just a second, but straight away, look at this, right? Our Sky is already in with us, and this didn't happen for G2, or at least not very often, where, you know, we got 3 players ready to fight together, right, where we're all kind of fighting together. This is going to be a very weird round where these 2 duelists actually end up coming back on them, but then the breach follows back behind them. So it kind of ends up like a who's flanking who game, as you'll see in just a second. And so we're about to get a big fight here in A main. Governor manages to find that kill there, right? And we just got a big fight going on. Now here comes Penny and Oxy from behind, and they do manage to find a kill there, and we end up kind of going back and forth and getting traded. But as I said, our breach is now coming behind, kind of reflanking them, and we do manage to get those last couple kills as Governor comes through this smoke as well. And so you see the difference kind of instantly. The Turtle Troop, you know, they were fighting as a team. They had much more of, I think, a clear plan of playing, you know, more aggressively as a team there, and kind of, you know, fighting and trading off each other, because on Fracture you do need to hold space pretty aggressively, and they did it pretty well in one of their 2 defensive rounds.